On a corn-ravaged world, Tempestus Aquilons seek extraction. But crazed berserkers block their path, hungry for violence. As blood is spilled, the Lord of the Red Sands descends. Here on Mountainside Tabletop.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another co-op battle report. We really loved the first one. We really wanted to challenge ourselves with this one. We still haven't lost a co-op game because we're just that good. And so we really wanted to crank up the difficulty as much as we possibly could. So we've got a pretty wild mission and enemy team. But first we're going to go through what we're bringing to the table, which is the Tempestus Aquilons.
Yeah, I picked this loadout. Basically, we're not taking the plasma gunner. The sentry has the grenade launcher thing. And then for equipment, we took the two faction equipments. One that you can move unfettered when you're injured.
Yeah.
And is that the correct use of unfettered?
I'll allow it.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Don't at me in the comments. We took that, and we took the remote overseer, I think it's called, where you can reroll initiative. Just seems good. The other faction equipment didn't really seem to apply too much in this context, so we took 2 crack grenades and 2 stun grenades. Because we're going to be facing elite guys, so it seems good.
Yeah.
Let's get to the good stuff. People don't want to hear about the Aquilons.
Yeah.
People want to see the corn.
Okay, so since they announced the whole NPO system and we've been playing around with it, I have been desperate to bring a Primarch to Kill Team. I think they're like the coolest models they make, and I love the stories, and I think they're such compelling characters, and it has always been kind of lame. The Kill Team doesn't get to play with the big toys, and so we've come up with a mission and rules for Angron and a few Khorne Berserkers. So we'll go through the mission later, but the stat line that we're using for all the Berserkers are just the Legionary Warrior stat line from their Kill Team, which looks like this. And then for Angron, we've really obviously had to juice up the stats. So, it's a little bit lore breaking, I think, because I think really Angron would have like a 1-up save in 1,000 wounds and just like look at people and they die. Like he would eat an entire Tempestus Aquilons team in one gulp in the stories. But I've tried to like bring it to the tabletop in like a somewhat reasonable way. But here's his stat line below. I've also tried to port over some of his 40k stuff to make sense here. So like he's kind of got a strike and a sweep melee profile and no ranged attack. He's got a bunch of special rules that we'll kind of go through as they come up in the game, but one to keep an eye out for is that whenever Angron activates, you have to roll a d6. On a 2 to 6, you're fine. On a 1, he has to target whatever the closest operative is, friendly or enemy. So he could be on our team. We are going to be giving away the PDF of the mission we've come up with, along with Angron's data card and everything, on our Patreon for free to anyone who signs up, even as a free member. So it'll all be in more detail there, but otherwise we'll just go through things as they come up.
For today's game, we're playing on a custom kill zone and a custom mission, which is whatever the hell Victor came up with.
So the deployment zones for today look like this, with the NPOs setting up on the red side, obviously. To win the game, we need to get 4 of our guys off the map. To do this, they'll need to spend an AP doing a mission action on one of these 2 objective markers.
They're teleportation beacons. They're not just objective markers. You gotta sell the narrative, dude. Come on.
Once a total of 6 operatives have been incapacitated from either side, Angron's going to deep strike into the game in a random location.
Yeah, that's it. So we set up all our operatives and then roll for initiative. In Turning Point 1, we, the Aquilon player, win initiative. We don't play any gambits, save our CP, and get into things. And we're going to start off by just passing with our Grenadier up in the ship. So, Berserkers go.
All right, this first Berserker is just going to very berserkly move up and hide behind this crate because there's no targets.
Okay, our Precursor passes up in the ship.
This next Berserker is just going to move up behind the crate.
Also, our Gunfighter is going to pass up in the ship.
One more Berserker, move down off the building and hide behind this piece of terrain.
Last ship pass, this turning point, the Melta is gonna pass.
All right, the next NPO is gonna move up and hide behind this piece of light cover.
Okay, we're gonna draw first blood here, hopefully. Our sentry turret is gonna drop down on top of this shipping container and shoot down at that Berserker. That's what you get for trying to hide behind light cover. Dude.
Yeah, that's really crazy. That shouldn't have killed one, but is it bad that I'm kind of rooting for the other team now?
That's kind of cracked. First roll.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So another one's just gonna move up and hide behind heavy terrain this time since a spot has become available.
One of our troopers is going to move up and throw a crack grenade at this Berserker. Oh, look, it probably won't do anything. We're hitting on 4s, but it might bait a guy into going engaged. Yeah, much worse roll than the first roll. Nothing through here.
All right, well, obviously the Khorne team has been waiting for someone to show themselves, so this Berserker is going to activate and charge that trooper. He's going to get the kill and then take 3 damage, and then shoot the turret with the bolt pistol. These bolt pistols are obviously pretty bad in the hands of a Berserker, and nothing goes through.
Our marksman's going to go now and shoot that same Berserker. Okay, 4 hits, no crits though, unfortunately. Devastating wounds would have been great here.
Yeah.
He does take 6 wounds though, could be worse. He's down to 5.
All right, well, that same Berserker is kind of the only one that's eligible to counteract right now, and he's going to take a shot at the turret. Nothing goes through.
Okay, our last drop for the turn. Our leader, our Tempester, is going to come down on top of the shipping container, buff the APL of a nearby trooper, and then shoot the wounded Berserker. And he's dead. That's a good roll.
Yeah, that's great.
The Khorne guys don't really want to counteract anymore right now. It would just put themselves in the open. There's no point, really. So that trooper that just had his APL buffed is going to move and dash, and then shoot a Berserker. Just 3 damage through. And then with our last trooper, we're just going to try and avoid getting charged by one of these guys and hopefully stay a bit more safe. And that's it. So at the end of turning point 1, there's 1 dead Aquilon, 2 dead Khorne Berserkers. We're halfway to summoning Angron, but we're not that much closer to getting to a teleport beacon.
No, but we still have, a bunch of guys still up in the air, and they're going to be able to drop pretty far up the map and hopefully be able to make a mad dash for it. I mean, it really feels like we're winning right now, but obviously they've got some pretty good reinforcements.
I think we actually are winning right now.
Yeah.
Because we're the owners of a skirmish mat just like this one. We have an affiliate link in the description of this video. If you buy one of these mats using this link, we get a little help too, and they're nice mats.
In turning point 2, we roll off for initiative and we win it again, which is pretty awesome. We have the equipment to re-roll it and still haven't had to use it. We're going to play the Gambit sudden offensive and maintain momentum. Seems like a pretty nasty combination, and go into the turning point with 2 CP to spare. We're going to move up to get a shot on this Berserker and take a shot at the 11 HP one. Get a pretty great roll here with lethal 5 and take him all the way down to 2 HP. Then I'm going to throw a stun grenade. The wounded one is not stunned, but the full health one is. That's about as well as that could go.
It makes sense, unfortunately, for just the stunned Berserker to go and get his activation out of the way now.
Yeah.
So he's going to charge and fight the marksman. He takes 2 damage, but easily gets the kill, not surprising. Would love to shoot a pistol shot here onto this trooper, but because he was stunned, he's out of APL, so that stun kind of did a lot of work.
It fully saved a guy, I think. All right, next up, we're going to activate this trooper that is living very dangerously where he is right now and take a shot at the 2 wound Berserker. It gets a great save though, and so we couldn't kill him. Then just going to reposition toward the teleportation beacons, try to make a mad dash for it in turning point 3.
All right, the forces of Khorne are going to go now with Mr. 2 HP gang. He's going to start off by shooting the Tempester. Hopefully he'll soften him up, but he does not. The Tempester uses his once per game free reroll here, saves everything, so the Berserker is going to shoot again, and the Tempester saves everything again. Now he's just going to charge that trooper that's charging for the beacon and try and tie him up and be annoying, I guess.
All right, next we're going to drop in with our Grenadier on top of this building and throw the Melt-A-Bomb at this Berserker. A pretty abysmal roll here, but we're going to spend a CP on Hot Drop to get Relentless and reroll all of it. Get a great roll here and get another kill.
This other berserker over here is not in range to charge the grenadier, so it's just gonna move and shoot. Nothing goes through, so he shoots again. Dude, these guys can't shoot worth anything.
I know. Next, we're going to activate the turret and take a shot with the crack profile of this berserker that just killed the sniper. Only get one hit through, so we're going to shoot again. Only get one more through, and so it's going to bring it down to 4 HP, but really would have loved to get that kill.
Okay, Mr. 2 HP gang is going to counteract here. He knows what time it is. It's Angron time. He's going to counteract fight this trooper. No matter who dies here, Angron's coming in, because that's going to be the 6th dead body on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he deals 4 damage to the trooper and then dies, but, you know, I think it's time for a Primarch to enter the game.
In the mission description available on our Patreon, it shows how we randomize the deployment of Angron. So we roll on that table, and he drops in.
This is a lot more dangerous now.
All of a sudden. So I think we're going to bring the Melt-A-Gunner out of the sky here. You know, I don't think there's a lot of good chances to kill Angron, but this might be one to do some damage. So we're going to drop out and take a shot.
Yeah, even if we don't kill him, at least maybe we can injure him and it'll be like hard for him to get crazy kills.
Yeah, certainly. So get an okay roll here. We do have balanced. We're going to use our last CP on a reroll. Angron's going to be saving on his 4-up invuln, gets a pretty good save and only takes 7 damage, so that's going to bring him down to 25 HP.
Okay, Angron's going to do some work here. His friggin' base size is so massive for Kill Team, dude.
Yeah.
These guys are so far apart, but he can charge both of them. Then he's got that sick double fight action. So first he's going to fight the trooper. He obviously one-shots him, and then fights the Tempester. 2 shots, 2 kills.
Yeah, he just needed 1-2 on each of those fights, so. We're going to activate this trooper down at the bottom and throw a crack at this berserker that's just been hanging around. Gonna get the kill, but just barely. And then reposition and start eyeing the beacon at the other side of the map.
We got 1 berserker left. It's going to counteract and shoot the grenadier. That's a good roll, but you know how many HP these guys have? 8.
Oh, man.
You know how many he has left now? This member of the 1 HP gang is brought to you by Alderman Crumble. Thanks, Alderman Crumble.
All right, the gunfighter now is going to drop in and dash, kind of eyeing that teleporter, but also kind of cheekily eyeing that last berserker.
Angron can counteract. You know, we still gave him the limit of 2 inches for moving, so he's just going to move a little bit.
Yeah. And then with the last activation of the turning point, the precursor is going to drop out of the sky and dash towards Angron. I think we're probably just going to have to feed him to the beast to gain some time so that the rest of the team can run for the teleporters.
Yeah, valiant play by the precursor. At the end of turning point 2, we have 6 guys left. This, things were looking good. We were actually murdering the berserkers.
Yeah.
They were actually just, getting diced and sucking terribly.
Yeah.
But now that Angron's on the board, he got an easy double kill, and he's just going to be getting kill after kill now.
Yeah, definitely. The math was feeling really good, but, how arrogant were we to, forget about how strong Angron was in the mission that we wrote?
It's funny, because there's no time limit, right? There's no max turning points.
Yeah.
But the time limit is Angron will just table you.
Yeah, exactly. Can you make a run for it before getting tabled by Angron? We still need to get 4 off to win, and so far we've got 0 off, and we only have a few left. So a couple more kills, and we're gonna be at the deadline here.
Do you think Angron would be a patron of Mountainside Tabletop?
I don't.
You don't?
I
think he would.
I think Karn might. But
he could be a mountain goat.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think he'd be a 1 HP gangster. Look, we got 1 HP gangsters and mountain goats supporting this channel. It does give me fear every time I do that now.
Yeah,
when
I
it's
know.
late at night.
It's always a little bit dicey.
Waking the baby.
But yeah, thanks so much. Your continued support lets us do kind of wacky stuff like this.
Like we mentioned before, if you want the free PDF of this mission that Victor made up,
Yep.
we're not game designers, okay? This might be able to easily be cheesed in some way we haven't thought of, but it's free. So go to our Patreon. You don't even have to pay. You can be a free tier member and get this.
Yep.
And now let's get back to the D. Are we gonna show all this, or should we cut it off by now?
I'm sure we'll have cut
No,
it
we
off
gotta
by
leave it in.
now.
Oh. In turning point 3, we roll for initiative. We still have our reroll from our equipment, but we don't even need it. We just win initiative outright. We get 1 sweet CP. We're up at 1. We're gonna not play any strategic gambits because we're gonna save that CP for a pretty sick ploy in this scenario. It's gonna basically let us do a free mission action. We gotta do mission actions to use the teleporter and get away. So it's basically gonna let us have someone have a 3 APL activation and escape.
Yep.
And we gotta save it. Like move, dash, teleport, we need it. So we go first. We're gonna activate our Grenadier just because they have like really good options. First, they're gonna throw a crack grenade at the last Berserker. Just wanna get it off the board so it can't charge and tie people up and just be annoying. Hitting on 3s because we're a Grenadier, but back to 4s because we're injured. Dude, what a roll.
Crazy.
This guy is MVP. Perfect damage to get a kill here. Then we're gonna move on to the teleport beacon. We're just in range to be able to move onto it, even though we're injured because we took that sick equipment. And then we're gonna play the ploy to give us a free mission action and teleport away. And we got our first body off the board. Only need 3 more now.
Yeah, we're finally on the board. Okay, well, the bad guys only have 1 guy left, but he does happen to be Angron. So Angron is going to charge and very quickly dispatch this precursor. And then, thanks to one of his special rules, can do a second charge and tie up the gunfighter over on top of this building.
Okay, well, I think the gunfighter has to fall back before he instantly gets murdered in a counteract.
Yeah.
So he will fall back from Angron. He doesn't have the AP to teleport away this turn, but he is sitting on the teleporter, so hopefully he can teleport next turn.
It's Angron's turn to counteract, but there's nowhere to go, so he's just going to stay here and be angry.
Okay, this is interesting now. Like, I don't know if this is going to do much, but the Melta is just going to try and shoot Angron in the face.
Yeah.
He uses his invuln here and gets a bad save, down to 12 HP, and he's injured now.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah, and then we'll just move up a bit for next turn. And there's no more counteracts, no more shenanigans, so the Aquilon's just to get to run out the turn. The turret's going to go and shoot Angron a bit more. The first shot, nothing goes through. And the second shot, actually 1 hit does go through. So Angron's down to 8 HP. That's a killable range.
It's crazy that we can actually start thinking about maybe taking him off the table.
Last activation, the last trooper that like just survived by the grace of a stun grenade is gonna reposition and dash toward the extraction points. Hopefully stay alive next turn and get out of here, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at the end of turning point 3, the quarantine is down to just an 8 HP Angron, but Angron can do some serious work. And we've only got 1 guy off.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if we lose initiative, Angron can very easily kill 2 guys in 1 activation. And then we're going to have to rely on the servo turret running across the map to teleport out.
We can't.
Yeah.
He has 4-inch movement.
Yeah, I know.
It's so bad.
All right, in the top of turning point 4, we roll for initiative and win again. We don't even have to use our reroll. This game is just so easy when you win all of the initiative rolls. We're going to pass in strategic gambits because we got to hang on to our 1 CP.
So we had a few options here. If we just use the first activation to run a guy to the teleporter, Angron's gonna get a kill and then we lose, no matter what.
Yeah.
So we have to try and kill him, basically. If we try and shoot him with the Melta, even if we get the kill, the Melta won't be able to get off this turn. And that would be fine, except Angron has a chance to come back and be alive again, even if we kill him in the next turning point, in the next strategic phase. And then if he wins initiative, he can just kill the Melta again, and then we lose anyway. What gives us the best chance is to shoot Angron 2 shots with the servo turret and just hope we get a kill.
So with the first activation of the turn, we're going to activate our turret and take a shot at Angron. I mean, it seems crazy, but if we can get him off the board, we basically win here.
First roll. That's not bad. 3
That's
hits.
not bad.
So it's piercing 1. Is he going to use his invuln?
I think he uses his invuln here, right?
I'll let you decide.
Well, what do you think? Yeah, he's got to save it all. Otherwise, 1 hit kills him.
Does Angron own a kill team calculator?
Yes.
Yeah? Should we look it up?
No, it's for, you have to not take damage. Kill team calculator doesn't take the situation into account.
So what are you saying?
4 ups, invuln.
So 3 4-ups instead of 2 2-ups?
2 3 ups.
Yeah, because you just want to take nothing.
Yeah.
But it's risky though.
He could just die here.
He could just die here.
But he could just die on the other one too.
Yeah,
and
but maybe,
but the
I'll
thing
roll
is
worse.
like he's guaranteed to take 4 damage, and then only 1 hit is going to kill him.
But I could roll crap next time. I hit on 4s.
Yeah. So what do you think? You think 3s?
I think 3s because then you're probably only taking 4, and then
the problem
I probably
is
roll bad.
If you roll 3 4s, he just dies, and we don't even get to roll dice.
Yeah, well, if you roll 3 3s, he just dies here.
Right. Oh man.
Roll a die to see what he does.
Yeah. Okay.
4 up, he uses the invuln.
Oh, I wish I could use that as one of the saves.
He uses the invuln.
Okay, 4 ups. No, he f***ing died.
He died. We killed the Angron, dude.
Unbelievable. I cannot believe how bad those saves were, and that Angron is off the board.
That servo skull has really served up some hurt this game.
Like, I put in the Angron resurrection rules, like, basically just for fun, not expecting that he would actually ever be off the board, but...
Frankly, I think this is one of the few teams that could actually kill him.
Yeah.
Because there's such a glass cannon team, but, like, Meltas...
Yeah. Cracks. Yeah.
Like, they have the tools, if any team has the tools.
And, rolling 6s with a melted gun can do a lot of damage to anyone and kill teams. So.
Yeah. So, with Angron gone, we're just going to wrap it up. So, the Melta is going to reposition dash and then use the ploy for free mission action to teleport away. And then pretty easily, the gunfighter and the last trooper can get to the teleporters and teleport away. And Victor, at the end of Turning Point 4, the Khorne team is tabled, and we have successfully teleported away 4 of our operatives.
We did it. I can't believe it. I mean, we really tried to ramp up the difficulty, like, as high as we could for this mission. And honestly, like, I think if we ran this back 100 times, we would win less than 50 of them. We got some great dice, and some things fell our way and came away with the win. But
the things that fell our way were the dice.
Yeah,
the dice
true.
fell our way completely on 6s for us and 1s for the opponent.
Yeah.
If you want to hear like more in-depth thoughts about this mission, how we thought it went, how we thought like the mission works and everything, we got the post-mortem all set up, ready to go on our Patreon. So head over there. You can watch that. You only got to be a Mountaineer.
Yep.
You can watch it.
Yeah, basically just the price of a coffee in 2025 per month, and you
The
get
price of eggs.
Yeah, not even way less than eggs. You kidding me? Yeah, you can check out all of our post-game reports and everything we post on Patreon. So if you like it, check it out.
I hope everyone liked this crazy experiment.
Yeah, let us know if you're gonna do some homebrew co-op stuff. We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, let us know if you want more co-op too, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.
Bye.